Hello, everyone.
Hi,
How are how are you, Jane?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Remember how I was telling you I was having trouble with technology and the
Yes.
countdown?
Yeah.
It went to about 10 seconds and then it started over on counting for me. So I'm like going, I'm watching the chat to make sure we go live. I'm like going, oh my gosh.
You know what's so
So
funny? It's like if you ever like if you when you watch a lot of people that do lives, it's always like the first couple of minutes everybody's going,
yeah.
can you guys hear me? Am I live yet? Wait, let me check my phone. Am I like I don't know. I think I
Well, and that's why I like the countdown. The countdown actually gives a chance for YouTube to go, "Oh, you're live." And but Jane and I were having a nice conversation about various things, and I'm like going, "Gee, we should probably go start going." And I'm like going, "It." Streamyard is going. It's showtime. It's showtime. Nudge, nudge. Don't make me get my tiny hands out and slap you upside the head. So, but my question is, I don't think Jamie's watching, but are you a fan of these really tiny, tiny hands, or are you liking these tiny hands?
I like the first tiny hands.
Okay.
Those ones. And then I like the tiny hands with the tiny hands.
Oh,
Those
yes, yes, yes. I
but I
will.
like
I will actually have those ready for when I am on your channel next Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So I am going to be doing some readings over there, and so I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
I'm so
Thank you.
excited.
Yeah, it's great. Well, let's say hi to a few people. And
Okay.
then we are talking about the lovely Enchanted Oracle or Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. And this is the deck casual. So we will get into that. And Jackie Jacaranda was first in the room. Hello, Jackie. Good to see you. Purple Elephant Deb H. Hello. And Pamela Bachelor is here. Hello. Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot is here. Hello. And Tarot Living with Manasa. Hello. We have Zane, Tarot Toke and Witchery. And oh, my chat just jumped. That means a whole lot of people just showed up. So, Evangelina is here. Hello. Catching up, catching up. Da, 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 da. Okay, Lisa Stevens is here. Mama Bear is here. Thank you. Lori Tries Life. Hello, Lori. Glad to have you here. Um, I love it. You're like you're like doing the tiny hands thing that Richie will sometimes do.
I need tiny hands.
Well, if you send me your address, we can make this happen.
I told you
So
I threatened you that I was going to send you my address because you said
then
you
prove
do
it.
crazy things.
I do crazy things. Oh my gosh. Okay. Somebody just I love this deck. Ever in my wish list. Good opportunity to know your impressions of it. Great. Glad to do that. Um, Antoinette, Intuitive Tarot and Jewelry is here. Tony, hi.
Hello.
Zena is here. Zena's place. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
And Aspasia Rising. Beth, hello.
Hello.
Laura, Backyard Naturalist Tarot. I like to try to remember names, but I also like to say the channel names so everybody can follow. Beneficial Tarot is here. Beneficial Tarot is here. And by the way, party alert on Saturday, the June 11th is Ben's birthday, and I am hosting a birthday celebration at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. BST, and 1 p.m. Pacific. So that and I did post that. I made that video live so people can see it. Oh, good jump. Good jump. Okay. Anyhow, a lot of jump. This is great. Lots of people saying hi to each other. Love it. Sonique Tarot, hello. Um, love your skull top, Jane. I have she does. Reminds me of the Santa Muerte tarot, and I also have some I have some fabric with sugar skulls on them. So
Mm.
it's like, yeah.
Well, if I had
So
an alien shirt, I would be wearing an alien shirt because of the this deck is inspired a little bit.
mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that.
Yes. Yes. Gina M is here. Hello. And okay. Well, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. And in the description below are links to Jane's channel because y'all, I know you have liked and subscribed. Thank you. Um, and also the link to this and what is this was sent to me by a kind viewer, and I do appreciate that. And this is by Rockpool Publishing. So links are below, etc. Um, I'm going to take a breath. I'm like going, I'm so excited. I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that next Tuesday morning I will be with you. I'm excited to have so many people watching this. And it's like, woohoo! I mean, it's like you just want to makes me get my little hands up. Woo, woo, woo.
And I have
So,
nothing.
email me your dress. You will have something.
I have a rock.
Follow the bouncing rock. Susie Buckingham is here. Hello. Thank you, Susie, for joining us. Connie B is here as well. K Travel Tarot is here. Hello.
My
Um,
goodness. The gang's all here.
the gang is showing up. It's great. I have probably missed a whole bunch of people, and my apologies. So you've had this deck a little longer than I have, I believe.
Have I? Okay.
I think so. And so, oh shoot, I forgot to pull something out because I always like to, when I do these deck casuals, I always like to compare the card to the
Oh,
original Rider-Waite deck. So we'll talk about this is the version from Rockpool. It comes in a two-part box. Nice little box. Comes with a nice little book.
I love a good box.
I love a good box. No tuck box rage in this. You can see on the inside there's I mean, this is filled with symbols, etc. And we have so it is by Priestess Moon, and it was inspired by the Voynich manuscript. So, and the okay, there are, I have this written down. There are 36 cards in it. That would be one thing that I wished. I wish there was more cards. I wish there
Me
was more.
too.
I'm
I
just like
thought the
going,
same thing.
yeah. It's like this is a great. It's a great concept, and I'm like, I want more cards. So, but first world problems. I didn't create one. I didn't create it. Uh, um, here are the backs, and by the way, jump in anytime you want. This is how it is larger than it's. I would say standard Oracle size.
Um,
So
you think so? I guess it is. It's on the easier side of Oracle cards because I have some
okay,
Oracle cards that are like huge.
huge,
It's like, what are
huge.
you thinking? Sorry.
Tony, I do not know if the original was an indie deck. Um, Priestess Moon also has an there is on the Rockpool Publishing website for this, you can see the author, and she also did I think the mini magic deck, I
Making
believe.
Magic.
Yes. Do you have that one?
I do not.
Okay. I don't either. So,
but I love a good mini card too.
yes. Yes.
And she's just gorgeous. Can we take a moment to embrace this divine woman? Wait, you do it
Oh,
on yours.
yes. That's toward the end of it, correct?
Yeah, it's in the very, very back. She's gorgeous. I mean,
Come on.
And her name is Priestess Moon.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. Enchanted Spell Oracle too, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
good.
That's perfect. And Zena's Place, Elisa said 36 is like Lenormand. Yes, it is.
True.
So, oh, yes, I have heard of the manuscript. Nice. Nice. So I took a few notes about this because it is one of these things. I'm going to take a sip just to calm down because I'm so excited. So. And for those of you who are watching the playback, and if you're smart, you're watching the playback faster, then that was a very, very quick little sip. So, okay. My notes. 36 unicorns inspired by a 15th century codex. And that Voynich manuscript is 240-page, handwritten and hand illustrated between the dates of 1404 and 1483 AD. And 1438, sorry, 1404 and 1438 AD. And so these images were inspired by that manuscript. I'm not going to go into the details about the manuscript because the manuscript has an interesting history and where it was. Nobody knows really who created it.
Well, I'm sorry that you're not going to go into the manuscript a little bit just because.
Well, then talk about it. Talk about it, Jane. Do it.
Talk about it. I don't. Words help. No, I thought it was really interesting. And so they don't know who wrote this. They don't know what language it's in.
Correct.
They do believe that it could be some sort of code. There's alien.
Yes.
There's alien-ish type ideas.
Imagery. And I remember also reading it is it could be there could be two authors of it because there's some slight variations in the way it is put together. So
in the paper and in the and I was the binding of the manuscript.
Yes,
there's a whole like story too. So
yes, there were a lot of there's a lot of representations of plants. So the idea that it could be for herbal remedies for use with alchemy and healing, really quite fascinating. And it's just one of those things. And she talked about where the idea of a unicorn came from. And perhaps unicorn was a mistranslation of rhinoceros, because unicorn shows up in the Bible, I understand. So
Yeah, they're talking about the horn having magical
yeah.
powers, like you can drink and it takes all the poison out of whatever it is you're drinking,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're drinking something that's but yeah, but they're like, well, it might have been that the unicorn went ex, extinct,
Yes.
or that it was they mistook the rhinoceros. But I like to go into the really I like to take it as the aliens and unicorns and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that actually doesn't, hashtag, weirdness alert. I'm okay with the idea of inspiration comes in a lot of different forms, and perhaps the person who was and I actually feel, and I don't know about you, Jane, but when this manuscript was created, it feels like this person was a bit of a portal,
Mm,
and a gatherer of these oral traditions and capturing it and putting it together.
I can see that. I also did read that their one thought is because there's so much plant medicine in it, things like that,
Hmm.
and they can't really distinguish what they're really talking about. So Priestess Moon takes what she thinks might have been what they were talking about. We'll talk about that later. But that this actually the manuscript could also have been written to take care of women's health.
Exactly, because the illustrations in it had a lot of women in herbal baths.
Yes.
And it's so fascinating. I mean, and this is one of those things that I wish I had been gutsy enough to invite Priestess Moon to join us. Priestess Moon saw the Instagram post, and and it's like, thanks for talking about my deck, and I literally squeed out loud. I was like, oh my god! And so it's just thrilling. Sooner or later, I will just, as a general rule, invite the creators. But I mean,
And then you can adjust the time too, because we could have
oh,
adjusted the time.
of course, yes.
But go on.
So Priestess Moon, if you're watching this, thank you for creating this deck. Thank you
Yes.
for putting an effort to um, take this manuscript and to update it into magic for here and now. And y'all know what's coming next. Links are below, but know your limits and purchase responsibly. So do that. Um, and this little book that Jane and I have been reading, it's full color, and it has like 136 pages, 140 pages. And Priestess Moon is a Western Australian artist. So, I mean, and yes, stay tuned. We'll get to the art, people. Um, so it was published in 2020. So, um, so talked about, and also when they're looking at the manuscript, they can't identify some of the plants because they may be extinct
Yeah.
because it was a long time ago. And it's a lot of self-healing and self-care. And I think you probably saw it, but the background of every card is page 0.2V of the manuscript. They were given permission to do that.
Oh, is
So
that what
you,
that is? Like, okay.
yep, that's the actual manuscript. So these areas here are about that, and you can see different part of the illustration with it. So, and by the way, Jonathan Daly is here. Hello, Jonathan. Does the book
Hello.
come with the deck or separately? The book comes with the deck. So it comes in, just a nice little box. So it's the deck is it's the same size as the cards.
Yeah.
So people seem to always think horns have magical powers. It's one of the main reasons the black
Mm.
rhinoceros is critically endangered. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, they're beautiful cards. So,
They are, for me, at first I was like, well, what are these things? What in the, but they evoke a lot of emotion in me.
okay. I understand that. Um, there is also in here on page 13 starts a how to use the deck, and it gives you how to bless your deck. And I did that. I did that last night as I was like going, I want to do this. And then I also pulled an overarching Enchanted Unicorn for my deck. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
I got Cherish.
Oh.
And so when I really appreciate this because one of the things, and I'll just say this, oh, hi, Marcia Green. Glad to see you. Jonathan said, I've not been sure about this deck and keep going back and forth about getting it. Hashtag purchase responsibly. Know your limits. Yes, and the colors are quite fun. This is a visually pleasing deck for me. It's all of the colors they're quite nicely done, and they're enchanted unicorns. Duh. So
I
they're
would even
fun.
I would even say hashtag embrace the funkiness or the weirdness. Embrace the weird.
Yes. Yes. And so each of the cards they come, here's here, hashtag I'm doing the deck casual thing. They are numbered,
Which
clearly read, and then at the bottom it gives you just a synopsis of rediscover the sweetness of life. But then on each card, we also see an herb or a plant. And then also on each card, we have some sort of a magical symbol, which makes me want to get her other deck.
well, I was going to ask you about the symbols. Now, that symbol right there, I'm thinking must be goddess.
I would think it's triple goddess, yes.
Triple goddess. So, and all of these, so that's why I don't know what the symbols. And
I
I
don't
looked
either.
all over the book and I couldn't find them. So, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, they're referenced. And speaking of the book, this book does come with some layouts, some suggested readings, and then each card for each card there is a color illustration of the card, and then you have basic information and then divination associated with the card. But wait, there's more. There is unicorn magic
Yes.
for each card. Each card. Now, when um, when I read with these cards, I think for me, Jane, have you read with these before yet?
No, it's funny. I have not, and because that's why I couldn't figure out how to read with them. But doing this deep dive because of you, I've like, oh, go. So tell me. I'm like, I'm thinking clarifiers too.
I think clarifiers. I also think because I'm not a person who, when I'm reading like here, I'm going to give my first impression of it. I'm not going to actually pull out and read. And I think this is an opportunity to remind people of what's the phrase? It's being whispered to me. It's the joyful exuberance of youth and the fact that we have not clouded our eyes with too much. We can see the magic in lots and lots of things. So,
True.
um, but
And that was sort of my problem in the beginning because these are also like I could you use the word whimsical?
Absolutely.
Yeah, whimsical. And I'm like one of those readers who like I was telling Gerald, it's like, show me I want to see the 8 of Swords. I want to see the,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the stuff that, and so for me, I was like, well, I don't know if I can go deep enough with these.
I will push back on you gently, and I will say you will go deeper than what you expected because it's a very emotive feeling. And I think anytime we do magic, hashtag, this is just Gerald, hashtag for entertainment purposes only. But when we have that emotional connection, that's when our readings and the magic becomes even more powerful. And I will say I'm using these cards when I'm on Jane the Secret next Tuesday morning to do readings with.
Good,
So
good.
I'm
Yeah.
doing that.
Well,
Um,
well, when I started really getting into them, remember I told you I was like, I was sort of in like a crisis or whatever because they evoke so much emotion.
mhm,
and,
yes.
and and I look at the cards and I'm like, oh, it's like it's just fun and it's fun and they are, like this one says vessel and it says admit your true feelings. But then when I go in deeper into the what she says and then the little spells that you can use, or there's, I don't know, have you figured out why um some are a little bit, it's almost like the book is separated. There's pages, I'm sorry, so there's like pages like this randomly, and I wondered if they were separate. There's another one in here too. See,
Yes,
like
I
this.
have not figured that out. Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure that out, and it could just be it's just in there for just it's just because I thought it must be separating these out into different things. So I was looking at the different magic, the little spells
The
or
symbols, yeah.
and the symbols, and I was trying to figure that out. I don't think it needs to be figured out, to
I
be
don't think
honest.
it needs to be figured out. I think it's going to be one of those things that when I use this deck, I think it's going to be that fairy tales and unicorns deck feel that we sometimes need. I sometimes need. I'm going to own that because sometimes I need to lighten the F up. And what is going to take my breath away than seeing an enchanted unicorn pop into a reading, especially, oh, you know what I would love to do? I would love to use the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle with the Deviant Moon.
Ooh,
Ooh, stay tuned. I can see, I mean, because yes, it's that I was going to say fantastical, but Pamela said, I do think you need to have magic in your eyes to actually see this deck.
hmm.
Okay. And I'm guessing that most of the people who are watching this have magic in their eyes. Because if you don't, you do now. Boop. You can see with magic. There you go. But that's interesting. I wonder if it's like, ooh, wouldn't that be an interesting idea? Is if you didn't have some sort of magic, you can't see this deck. It doesn't exist. I love that.
Ooh. Do you see what did you already Evangelina, do you see what, oh, the
Not yet.
whimsy.
I think whimsy is what keeps us sane and prevents us from spinning off the planet into outer space. Yes, definitely important. Okay, Angelina said, Evangelina, Gerald, you are, wait a minute.
You are what you kept down.
I can't do it. Okay,
You're going everywhere except for on her. It's okay.
because okay, so
There
you
you
are
go.
100% right to connect with your emotion center, to connect in intuition, love unicorns and their energy. Hmm. Yes.
See, and this what this has done. This has going through this. It has. actually really made me emotional. And now I'm like, why didn't I pick up this deck sooner? Why didn't I start playing with it sooner?
I'll tell you why, if you're open to it.
Yeah,
Well, I'm asking permission. Yes, I know, but who are you talking to? I'm always going to say, you want to hear my opinion? I'm not going to force it on you.
are you going to give it
I
to me like this?
Oh, here. Let
Oh,
me
with
do
the
it
hand.
this way. Let me do it this way. Jane, I think you picked up this deck exactly the time you needed it. Stop trying to force it and don't make it anything that it's not. I hope Jamie is not watching. She
I'm
does
so.
not like these tiny hands.
I was just going to say, I'm so glad Jamie's not here. I I love her. I think she's great, but boy, she must know that I dig the tiny hands, and you would be using them constantly.
Well, I get it. Deb H said, I tend to get very gentle readings from the Deviant Moon, so I would be very interesting combinations with the Enchanted Unicorn. Candy Soul and Soil is here. Hello, Candy. For those of you who watched last Monday's live, you might have gotten some insight into Candy and my relationship. I'm not going to tell you anymore. We were talking about the Bonefire Tarot. Boom.
Is she the one that you've had several lifetimes with?
Well, I would imagine so, but it's all about the airplane, so you have to watch
Oh,
it.
oh,
The paper
sorry,
airplane.
I missed it. I will have to
It's
watch it.
okay. That's why there's playback. Okay,
Exactly.
why do they say unicorns are magical? I think they're real. Well, okay.
Can you
I'm
believe
not
in
going to argue with you. Yes, yes. And new edition song collect called Candy Girl. So, all right. So, um, I wanted to talk about 36 cards. My only complaint is I wanted more cards. I wanted more cards. I am totally I totally wanted more cards because they were so joyful. They made me giggle, and I actually think this could be something for. I don't have any children, but I wonder if children would respond nicely to this deck. So,
Probably. I can ask
so
my children, but they're 29 and 27. But
that's okay. They're still your babies. My mom always said, I was her baby regardless of how old I was. So,
yeah, did
what
you, okay.
why I
Yeah,
said that, Gerald, about unicorns being real, I saw a reference to them in the Bible. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Okay. So, here's the pile of cards that I like. Here's the pile of cards that I'm going to talk about.
I
So,
was like, I gotta keep. I kept like, it's. I didn't know what I could do. I was just like, there were a few that really brought out a lot of emotion in me. So it's not um any particular reason other than
mhm,
they made me very emotional. And
sure.
anything that evokes emotion in me, um, that's what I'm going with.
Candy, Soul and Soil loves this deck.
Ah,
Okay. I am a unicorn and rainbows girl myself. There you go. Yes.
well, you'll
I
get
just
those
want more
here.
cards. Yeah. I just want more cards, but I think hashtag purchase responsibly. In looking at the price, it is a very affordably priced deck. So my 2.5, Karen Lewis said, my 2.5-year-old granddaughter asked nicely to go shopping for a toy today. She chose a unicorn ring. Toss game, unicorns must be real. Yes. I'm not saying they're not. I think they are. So,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, Jane and I have not talked about this. How would you like to go through this? Do you want to go through all of the cards and flip through quickly?
Sure.
Or, okay.
You have them in order. You have the cards. I mean,
I do
I
have them in order, yes.
okay, because I have mine like separated out on which ones are doing what with and
Okay. Well, how about I just
oh,
if there is a one that you really like or you're really drawn to talk about, we can. So I'm going to take a sip. So everybody, hydrate yourself. So the first card is invention.
I love that.
Hmm. This is one of the cards that I appreciate because I love how things are coming in from different angles to the unicorn's brain. That makes me happy.
Yeah. In through the crown chakra, and then you see that
Yes.
big where the throat chakra would be, if you it would be,
Yes.
it's like it's giving the invention a voice too.
Yes. And the key words to this are brilliant new ideas. So I think that's lovely. So are you ready for card 2?
Yes.
Dragonfly. I mean, look at that.
And dragonfly was one of those ones where I was like, okay, it looks really cool, but and then I read the book and I was like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. If you feel weighed down with heavy thoughts, imagine these thoughts being lifted gently from your mind by glorious gossamer wings of dragonflies.
Hi, Amber Shadow Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Done. Finally
Ooh,
purchased of deck reduced at the
it had to be
zone
Amazon.
zone of the AMA.
Oh, zone
There
of
you go.
the.
Purchase responsibly, know your limits. So yeah, I love this. And it's the everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
So okay. Card 3. Fireworks. I mean, come on, look at that.
And the
Woohoo.
fireworks to me is that card that says, what does it say at the bottom? Yeah, put yourself out there. That's the card that says to me, that's the don't dim to fit in.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I do not know the reference, and there's probably somebody younger, Ben, in chat who can tell me, is it Katy Perry's song Firework? If you've not seen that video, it says exactly that, Jane. It says, don't dim yourself because you are actually much more powerful when you are who you are. So,
Amen. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Boom, brilliant. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 3.
Wonderful.
4, and it is, yes, Jackie, thank you. 4, this is one of my favorite cards, Flytrap. And at the bottom it says, getting stuck in sticky situations. Um, and I what I like about it is I love the fly trap on the head because I don't know about you, but sometimes when my brain is going too crazy, I get it's like, ooh, wait a minute. Oh, there's too much. And it's just like I'm grabbing onto something, grabbing onto something, grabbing onto something. And this is a good reminder.
Yeah,
So yeah.
and it talks about how everybody thinks the Venus flytrap is like this big, huge thing, but it's really, really tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really tiny, and it fits just perfectly the kind of whatever you want. So that's kind of like what we.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so that was 4. 5 is solar. And at the bottom it says, a safe and happy home.
Yeah.
I mean, how content does that unicorn look? Eyes closed. It's like, aw,
Yeah.
that's lovely. That's lovely. So
And all the blooms.
yes, yes. Oh yeah, and the flytrap one reminded Deb H of Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that. Okay. I thought you might like card number 6, which is
Well,
1967.
how old do you think I am? But yeah,
Well,
I
you're
thought
my age. I mean, this would put you at 54, so because I
oh,
was born in 66.
I was born in 61.
All right.
But yes, I like this one. The first thing when I saw 1967, I was like, free love and partying and burning your bras and all
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. And that's basically what the card says, right?
Exactly. Yes. It's break your routine.
Hmm.
Oh, I do need a flytrap fascinator. Thank you, Beth. I can probably make that happen. So yeah, that's just it's fun. It's silly. It's like, yeah, break your routine. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I need to break my routine. Number 7 is Flowerful, which is sweet and gentle power. Sweet and gentle power.
And when you know how I was talking about how these are too whimsical and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like I could connect with them, but they are really powerful. Like this one, yes, flowerful, sweet and gentle flower. But it says, don't turn a blind eye or let something unfair happen because you've been led to believe that's just the way things are. So there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
wisdom in these cards.
Isn't there? And I think that this is one of those powerful decks where you're going to get real truth, and it's like, whoa, okay,
But in
yeah,
a really
and
nice, whimsical way.
in a very whimsical way, which is sometimes the only way we can hear things when it's really tough. We need to have that burst of laughter to help break us out of our routine. And Candy, I can probably make that happen because I do have another headband, so I can make that happen. Um, Evangelina is thinking about buying 3 of them, 4 and for my grandchildren.
Oh,
That could
nice.
be fun.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, they will play with them, and then as they get in, and then yeah, they
Yeah,
are really fun, and they're sturdy. They're sturdy cards.
they're good card stock. They would sit nicely on an altar. So know your limits, purchase responsibly. Um, and I could see these. Actually, I could see these sitting in a. Oh, this is interesting. In a window overlooking a fay garden or fairy garden. What?
I I actually
Yeah.
yes, yes. I was thinking like I was thinking of I would almost get a few of these decks, one to use for the thing, but I think that those would be really fun, like in your fay garden, in your and like gardens, you could put this as like the marker for this is what's planted here.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And I
Because
am. Go ahead.
yeah, because like the like that one, flowerful, is actually barrage barrage. So their actual barrage flower is also known as a star flower because of its distinct 5 points. So if you had like a star flower plant, whoo,
Mm-hmm.
pop that
Yes.
down there. I just thought that would
Yes.
be fun.
Yes, I agree. Hi, Chris MK. Okay, so that was Flowerful. So then we have Hedgerow, which is Let It Go.
Yes.
And one of the things, this was one of the cards that I had pulled out because I went, a hedgerow is a way to, it's a boundary. And so a great way to set a boundary is to understand that that's what it is and respect that and just go, this is what it is. It's a boundary.
Oh
So
my gosh, that's in that a Jethro Tull song.
really, I did not
Yes,
know that.
yes. Hedgerow. And I'm always like, I wish I could, the song has now left my brain, but it is a Jethro Tull song. It's like, and that's what he's saying is it says, don't let your hedgerow. Oh my gosh, now I feel like I got to look it up, but it's a Jethro Tull song. Somebody in the
Okay.
chat, look it up. Look,
Okay.
don't let your hedgerow be a. Anyway, go on, continue on.
Okay. No, I just think it's beautiful.
It
So
is.
um, I'm thinking of hanging them on ribbons, like one has prayer flags, and put them on top of windows in my kitchen. Ah, and Tony has borage in the garden, very pretty. So it's in Led Zeppelin too.
Oh,
Stairway
it's
to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven. That's what
Stairway
that's.
to Heaven. There you go.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's the
No?
song. And I was singing it, and I don't know why Jethro Tull, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's in that
So
song.
hedgerow is 8, and then 9 is bury me. Take some time for yourself, and it's BERRY. Bury me. Take some time to yourself.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah,
and
because
it's a,
when we take time for ourselves, that allows things to grow. When things are, when they settle, things can grow. What were you going to say?
well, they because this one's associated with red currants, which are supposed to um, work on the blood, and
Oh,
yeah, and it's to it reminds it's the card is to remind you to not take on too much.
yes, yes.
So also I can remember that because bury me and also bury, bury me under
Mm-hmm.
like a whole bunch of stuff. But this is more of a lighthearted. Don't let that stuff
Yes.
get you down.
Exactly. Sunique Tarot said, if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now because there's unicorns in it. So I love that. And then we
That's
have
funny.
rain. Yeah. Then we have rainforest. And
Yes,
rainforest is the good luck card. I just think it's so fun.
it is fun.
So that's good. And then we have number 11, which is union, soulmates, and friends.
I have to
Soulmates and friends.
okay.
Is that one of yours?
No, but no, because I had such a hard time. It's but there
Yeah.
when you get to the ones that evoked a lot of emotion in me, I'm going to say something.
Okay. So union, I like that, and soulmates and friendships, and then we have number 12, strange fruit, which is embrace your differences. And I love this because this is what's on the back of the cards.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are great cards. So,
they're just so fun.
mhm. Yeah, this would be one of those things that I could, um, I, I could, I'd love to know what kids would think about these. And I would love to know, okay, I don't have kids, but I'd love to know as kids were playing with this, give them some paper and crayons and stuff like that. It's just like, draw some more unicorns. And what's that magic? So there's that. And then number 13 is tubular bells, which is patience and trust. Patience and trust.
My two favorite colors too.
Mm-hmm. Purple and green. That's a great color combination. Of course, tubular bells reminds me of is it Oldenfeld, the musician? Mike Oldenfeld did the music to The Exorcist. But when you think about he's done a whole series of those, and when you listen to it, it's really it takes you out of where you are now. So Richie is here. Hello, Richie.
Hi, Richie.
And Richie is having tarot living with Manasa on his channel on Friday.
Oh, is he
So looking
really?
forward. Yes. Number 14 is Vessel. Admit your true feelings.
This is the one that evoked emotion in me.
Yes.
This is the one that I took a deep dive with. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just say that it says the unicorn offers assistance if you've been feeling obligated, less than, drained, or resentful. And so then it goes on, and it also we haven't really talked about it, but at the end of everyone is a little, either a little spell or a little bit of magic, a little thing that you can
Mm-hmm.
do to help you move through the energy of what you're feeling.
Nice. Yes.
Which that's what I really
Yes.
love about these cards is they're even the cards are very whimsical. There's very practical things
Yes.
that you can do that I can do because it takes uh, flower petals and a piece of rose quartz and a cheesecloth. You know, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
those things.
Which is a beautiful thing, and I bet all of Priestess Moon's stuff is very, very practical. You don't have to go into the deep dark woods to, and to pass off to talk to, Bob, who will then send you to Mary, who will then send you to,
The caterpillar.
Gerald, who will get you to that, that obscure thing.
Yes.
That's not going to happen. But, well, I wondered if this is also, Vessel, because, the Vestal Virgins and the
Oh
importance
my
of that.
gosh. I didn't even think of that, but wow, maybe that's what the reason. I mean, it's spelled differently, but yeah, and
Hmm.
yeah, and it even has like a
Hmm.
very a vestal
It's a
looking.
vessel shape. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a vestal shape. Okay, we have to get caught up on chat because a couple of people have put in the correct name. Thank you. And Pamela Batchelor said, I'm making a purple and green tarot bag. My faves too. And I like that this is unicorns with balance. Hmm. I don't think I ever would want to see a unicorn out of balance. That just would seem a little weird. That would be frightening, actually. And there it is. Tony's calling me out. Anyone else amazed Gerald knew a film reference with the music? Yes, it's true. It's true. I love that movie. They feel very accessible. Yes. I'm wondering if the symbols are also on her symbol deck. I think they might be, and I believe, yeah, the sigil decks. I think her other deck may be in my cart. So just
Oh,
saying. Just ordered the unicorn deck and cute little Lenormand earlier. Thanks, Xena, for the inspiration. Yeah, Karen. I mean, she's like that, isn't it? But everybody, seriously, know your limits. Purchase responsibly. You do you. This is the stone green with purple spots called
oh,
Atlantisite.
I actually,
Do you have
excuse
some of
me.
it?
Hang on. I don't want to show you my. You don't want to see me. I have
Weren't we
some.
talking about boobs in your other live?
Yeah.
That was
I wasn't talking
Heather's.
about it. I walked in on that conversation. Well, I say I walked in. I was behind. I was on this side of it, and all of a sudden I'm looking at the chat, and everybody's. I'm like, what?
It's funny.
Anyway, this I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but this stone right here has purple and green in it. Can you kind of
Beautiful.
see that? And it's
Hmm.
um I sleep with this in under my pillow a lot.
Okay.
This has really huge angel energy.
Nice.
I don't know if you could tell me more about it. And is this that? Because to me
I
it
don't
has
know.
angel energy.
Yeah. Naomi Hewitt is here. Hello, Naomi. Good to see you. That's Ruby with Zosite.
Oh, okay.
Some.
I should.
Okay.
I'll catch it in replay.
Okay. So vessel number 15 is Cherish, which is rediscover the sweetness of life. This is one of my favorite cards
Yes.
because it just, I mean, I need to be reminded about that. And I love how we have this spinning plant, which would capture the sweetness, put it into this chalice, which is here, and then it's becomes the plant, and it's like, ooh, yeah, you got it.
Yes. And look at all
And
the thorns coming out of the back too.
yes, Ruby,
I have to write that down.
Zoisite. I can
Does
send it to
it
you.
does it have angelic powers?
I'm not sure, but I mean, come on. While I mean, look how happy this unicorn looks. I mean, come on. If I were to wear eyeshadow, I'd be doing that.
Well, I think you should wear eyeshadow.
So there you go.
Coming
Okay, number 16 is Anahata, which is love without judgment. I think
Yes,
that is beautiful. And it's like, oh, yeah, there you go, girl. You got it.
coming from
You
that
got
big
it.
heart space.
You
That
got
that
it.
that unicorn is all heart space.
Yes, yes. And I like how, the unicorn's eyes are closed. I can actually see this unicorn, just shuffling down the street, just like radiating it all. So,
Well, I always tell people are always like, well, how do I meet my soulmate? And I'm always like, close your eyes.
hmm
Because if you want to connect on a soul level, you have to use your soul, not your eyes.
exactly, exactly. Um, April is here, Tarot and Witchery. Thank you for joining us. We are talking about Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. Purchase responsibly. Oh, the unicorn has a tarot stash. Well, it certainly looks like that, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. And this is a deck I would feel very comfortable with adding words to,
Yeah.
because I like to do that in some of my books. If this is based on a manuscript, I'm going to be writing in them in the margins. So number 17 is mirth. Don't be so serious.
Yep.
Mirth. It's like, yeah, I love that. And it's like, okay, there you go.
Yeah. So that was one of mine over here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything you want to say about that?
No, I just, it really, like I say, because I do take life very seriously. And so this card really, I mean, I just love the rainbow, the everything. It's just kicking back, and there's even stuff growing from its feet. It's like you can grow what you need, like wherever you want. It's even got
Yes.
a mermaid-ish type thing on there. If you look, it's got like some scales. It's just, I just love this card.
Mm-hmm. I am glad to hear this, Candy. Said you are convincing me to pull this deck to work with it. Feel free to do that. You are under no obligation. I would love to know what your kids think about it. Her kids are pretty magically inclined. And of course, I, from an outsider's view, I see she creates that opportunity for them to live their true selves. And I think it's like, yeah, I'd love to see what that's like. So,
Yeah.
um, okay, so 1000. This is deeper understanding.
Oh, okay. So that was one of my ones. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing, this is the 1,000 lotus petals that unicorns open on your crown chakra.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So what I like about this deck too is it does do unicorns, but it also has this Buddhist element where it talks a lot of
Mm-hmm.
cards talk about the lotus flower. The
Mm-hmm.
because I've done meditations where the unicorns come and open up the 1,000 petals of your crown chakra and
Mm-hmm.
the however many petals of your heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, I was just like ding 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 with that one.
Yes. Yes. You're welcome, Candy. Get used to it because I will continue to heap praise where I see praise is needed. So, um,
Oh,
yeah, the knight has 1,000 eyes. Yep. I was thinking that card was very zen. Well, if you think that card is very zen, then number 19, divinity, which is balance, the physical and spiritual, is also uh, very zen. Is that one of yours?
yeah, and it is. It's the ancient Buddhist custom of presenting alms in the form of food. So this is, just very like it goes to my Buddhist roots where and it says to when you cook the food for somebody else and I think it's all about intention. Your
Mm-hmm.
intention behind the making of the food and then giving it to the monks. And that's the way
Mm-hmm.
it is about everything in our lives. The
Mm-hmm.
intention behind what we are doing.
Yes. Yes. Pamela said, Gerald, I'd love to hear you do a show on magic and art.
Yes.
Okay, I'll think about that. I've got it written down. I've got it written down. I seriously, I've written it down. So, divinity. That's 19. 21 is shroom, and this just makes me this makes me giggle. In the bottom of is think outside of the box, and this makes me think of my friend Zane. It also makes me think of Robin of Toadstool Tarot, how both of them have a different way of thinking outside of the box, which I very much appreciate. So, and it's just like, oh yeah.
And it's so funny because when I went through this deck and I came upon that card, Lisa the other day, her and I were having a conversation, and we agree to disagree, and we have very deep conversations. But we were kind of doing this, and she's like, "Think outside of the box. Just think outside of the box." And I
Mm-hmm.
refuse to think outside of the box. And then all of a sudden, that card shows up in my life, and I'm like, "Okay."
Don't you
So
love it when a unicorn shows up with a message?
it
So,
did. And it went like this. So Lisa, if
yeah,
you're still here,
yeah. Oh, here's an interesting thing. Talking about Candy's enchanted life and her children made me think about art and magic. Hey, Candy, you want to do a live about that? Perhaps we can think about it.
Ooh.
So, shrooms makes me think of the early 70s.
Me too. I was just like, just tripping.
Yeah. I've never done shrooms. So 20 and 21, intergalactic. And I love this. It's in the zone.
Yeah, he looks like he's just riding the wave, right?
Yes.
He's totally hang ten and on a planet.
Yes. Okay, Candy, I'll be in touch. But it's also there's also a song called Intergalactic. I think it's by Beastie Boys. And if you wanna bounce around, I mean, and I think, times when I don't know about you, but when I am doing art, creating artwork, music helps me to get into that flow, and it actually needs to have lyrics to it because when it
Mm,
has lyrics to it, it occupies that other part of my brain so that other things can happen, and so it's
that's
fun.
interesting because that's what I do when I do my little I call them my scribbles, and I don't have a scribble here, but I do little scribbly things, and
Hmm.
I listen to music and then I scribble and then I get messages from the scribbles. I don't know where
Yeah.
they are. Anyway.
Oh, this looks like a great deck to go with the Playful Heart Tarot, which I do
Ooh.
not own. There is a deck that I don't own. So, all right. 22 is um, Rainbow, which is feel at peace.
And look at all of the symbols on this one.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
think
like it
those
has
are
all
chakra related.
chakra and then it has the ohms.
Uh-huh. I mean,
Yeah. Very zen.
Yeah. If somebody does balance this deck with the Playful Heart, let me know how it goes. I'm curious about that. If you have these and you're watching the playback, leave a comment. Let me know how it goes. Number 23,
Okay.
Cupcake.
This is one that I cried.
Okay, it says the Body Positive card.
Yes. I
Okay.
absolutely cried because that's what I'm going through those issues right now with with a lot of health issues, and I've gained a lot of weight, and this thing says don't don't even worry about gaining the weight. You know what? Don't wait until you lose that weight. Just go out and buy something. Oh, it says take a unicorn, or take this card, or take this magic with you and have them pick out an outfit for you. So go.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it says go buy something that makes you feel wonderful, and use this energy. Take this with you and have this person have this pick out the outfit that you're going to wear, the
Mm-hmm.
dress, the outfit, whatever it is. Have them pick it out.
Yep.
Yeah, and this card made me cry, and then it made me it made me go, okay, because I've been holding off. I haven't bought any clothes. I haven't been doing anything because I gained this weight and I can't get it off. And I need to go out and buy the damn outfit. Oh, potty mouth.
Buy the damn outfit. Because if you are wearing clothes that you feel good in right now, you're going to continue to feel good in. If you're not wearing clothes, and by the way, get them at a thrift store. Love me a thrift shop. Love me a thrift store. Find the clothes that make you damn happy and then wear them. Because guess what? Everybody notices it because they're like, "Ooh, that person is," yeah, and it's like when you feel sexy, you exude it, you exude this power, and it's like, there you go, you are all that. So
Yeah, people used to tell me that I had like this sexy air about me, and I had no clue what anybody was talking about. But I was just walking around being myself, and I think that that's what gave them that.
yes, so walk around being yourself. Boom,
Yeah.
mic drop. And if you want to get a cupcake, it's okay. You can get the little miniature ones.
Eat the
So
cupcake. Yeah.
eat the cupcake. It literally pierced my heart thinking someone doesn't have the Playful Heart Tarot. Sorry, Pamela.
I don't have
So
that one, but
yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that one
Cupcake
up.
was my work nickname for the
Oh,
last 15 years I worked. Wow.
oh, I love that.
I'm going to drop my son off. Bye, Jonathan. Um,
Have a good one.
okay. Yes, Jane. Think Mae West. She carried her sexuality with confidence, and no one ever doubted. And it's not about sexuality. It's carrying yourself with confidence. And by the way, there's this idea of, fake it until you make it. There is some truth in that, but you got to have the mindset of, okay, I don't feel this way right now. Deep Thoughts by Gerald and Jane. I don't feel this way right now, but I know what it's like to feel like that. So I'm going to do the things that get me into that. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, and and where she says yes, think Mae West. I also think Jane Mansfield.
yes.
'Cause I believe I might have been named after her. My mom said, after naming 5 kids, you came out. Let's just call her Jane. But my dad had a thing for Jane Mansfield.
Hmm. There you go. All
Yeah,
right. All souls, life is meant to be enjoyed.
and it has like all the colors.
Yes. Oh, I love that, Karen. Too much of a good thing can be wonderful. Mae West.
And that's what I need right now.
I love that you separated sexuality from confidence, Gerald. You're right, because they are very different things.
Absolutely. And it's just when
So,
you're confident, and I didn't even know I was confident. It was just I was just being me. And
mhm.
people would be like, you draw people in. Really?
Well, and you know what? I think what's really wonderful is when I see parents who see the now I'm going to get emotional when they see the beauty and the power of what their child has and the uniqueness that is ultimately them. Maybe it's that they're very kind. Maybe it's they're thoughtful. Maybe it's that they're expressive with their emotions. And parents go, wow, thank you for sharing that. That was really beautiful. It helps self esteem, it helps the esteem of the other person because when I feel recognized for something that is natural to me, then I want to do more of it. But I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's just this beauty in appreciating appreciating who we are and being very specific when we're talking with others when I see it. It's
Yeah.
like, here's the thing that I really appreciate about you. You don't have to believe me. I just want you to hear me. You don't have to believe me. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
anyhow.
And I had two boys, and they couldn't be more different, but they are best friends, and they were both like so uniquely them in their gifts that
Mm-hmm.
they have.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes perfect
Oh,
sense.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Psychedelic number 25. Wisdom from the fairy folk. How's
Very.
that? How's that? I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have one of my favorite cards, which is Transform, which is transform your life. Because
Oh,
does this unicorn not look like the phoenix?
and that's what it says in the book is it's the phoenix rising out of the it's yeah, that
Hmm.
was one of mine.
That is wonderful, Gerald. To this day, I tell each child something special about them in their birthday cards.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, yes. So, but
I
yeah,
tell my yeah. But you know what? The first thing that I thought of when I saw it was I thought it turned into a rooster.
oh yeah, yeah.
I just was thinking chicken, rooster. I'm like, transform into a rooster, a chicken. But then I read the book and it's the phoenix. And
Hmm.
I just didn't see it.
Yeah. Lots of love for that idea, Beth Aspasia. I think that's a good idea, and I like that. And I remember when we first started the here's oversharing about Jeffrey. When we first started the shutdown, I every single day for like 75 days, I wrote a card to Jeffrey for something that I appreciated about him. And it was just like today you refilled my coffee cup. When I was thinking about something, and I really appreciated that. It's just those little charming things that um, I think we sometimes forget the power of the small things because they grow up. Which reminds me, I don't know if he'll watch this back. I should start doing that again because then you mail it and then you get mail. I mean, how nice.
Oh yeah. Did you
Um,
mail this to him?
I did, and what I did was I
Oh,
did them, and then I gave random ones to people to mail different times, and I dated
yeah.
it so he got them periodically.
From
So
different areas.
from different areas, yeah, and so he got them out of order. So it's just
I
like
love
it's fun. Number 27 is Greenwood, and it's the Awakening.
yeah.
So
Yeah. The spark of joyfulness.
where's was the deck when I lived in a commune and was traveling around to see the Grateful Dead?
Yeah. This one would have been great for that.
Yes. So
You would have had everybody at your table.
yeah, don't tell everybody. So, but so yeah, Greenwood. So and number 28 is ignite, opportunities flowing in.
Yeah.
Opportunities flowing in.
And this one says it's a boom card. It's like boom, physical, emotional, and spiritual blocks are being blasted away with fresh new energy. So
Mm-hmm.
that's ignite of the new fresh energy.
Yes. And I love how when okay, this is silly. I love how the arms are crossed because it's like, "Hooah!"
Yeah, yeah, it
There
is
you
one of
go.
those. Yes, yes.
So,
And the legs are kind of crossed too. The legs on these things are kind of weird. And somebody did say that that one card looked kind of mermaidy, and I thought it was
mm-hmm.
mermaidy too.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff you can see in these cards. I'm telling you.
I think so, and I think that's one of the beauty, one of the pieces of beauty in it, of being able to see different things. Aspasia Rising Beth said, a friend of mine and her husband had a little plastic coated paper frog, and they would switch off hiding it for the other person to find every morning, adding whimsy to life. Yep, adding
I
whimsy
love
to
that.
life.
I
Yes.
love that.
Okay, so after Ignite, then we have Blossom, which is the start of a fantastic new journey.
Which is what you would do after you ignited that fire inside.
Exactly. Yes, and some conifers require fire to be able to drop their seeds. So it
Yeah,
is part of the process. So
yes, yes.
and then one of my favorite cards, which was snacks. It's release judgments around food.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Just
So
be gentle with yourself, it says.
yes, I
It
think that's very, very important.
yes.
So, but
Yes.
so, and then number 31 is Water Wheel, which is end the struggle.
Which this is one of the ones that got me
Mm-hmm.
either it got me these cards got me very emotional.
Yes.
They
Mm-hmm.
really and I like that because it got me in that it didn't it got me all in the feels, which I think is releasing some of those blocks that
That's beautiful.
that I wasn't feeling the joy. And I think these cards have helped me feel more joy.
That's beautiful. Yay. Yay. And that's really ending the struggle, because sometimes ending the struggle is to, I mean, because the only way out is through. It's like grief. There's, you know, I can never understand the depths of someone's sorrow. And I think this idea of honoring and going through, as painful as it is, it can be ultimately extremely liberating, powerful, and terribly creative. So
Yeah, and this one is just so wonderful. I mean, it's got that big what is that like big flowery thing right at the sacral area almost, even though it's purple, but it's sort of it's
mhm,
releasing the emotions, the pent up emotions, releasing the blockages. That thing's
yeah,
that thing's just spinning around and you're in water and it's releasing all the stuff in the water and that holds
yes,
you back and it's going down the drain.
yes. Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is here. Hello. And
Hello.
Karen Lewis has a new name for you, Jane the Joyologist.
I love it.
I love that. You need a stash tag with that.
Yeah.
And so
Make one.
um, it may be the confidence. It's always makes people look more sexy. Yes.
Which is weird because I did not have confidence, but I just, like I said, I just wandered around and did my own thing.
I will tell that. I will tell your menopausal menopause metabolism that snacks are okay. It will not listen. I do not. I mean, you know, there are many things we do not understand. Ignite that boom. Yes. So, Okay. Love spell.
And it
And
actually even has a love spell, which the
does
guy,
it?
yes, they, these things are so easy to do. It's like, I love this book because I can do these things. If you
Mm-hmm.
just need 9 jasmine flowers, a red felt tip pen, and a piece of paper, and then
Mm-hmm.
you do this thing with those things. And you
That's
leave the
nice.
spell until the flowers are dry, then bundle them up into paper and throw them into a running river, knowing that love will now flow to you.
I mean, that's beautiful and very, very practical, very straightforward.
Yeah, like I
So,
said, like I can do these things. I don't have to go out and buy special stuff.
yes. And who said a love spell has to be, for someone else? It could be appreciating you,
Yeah,
and that's extremely powerful. So we had that, and then we had 33, which is Toadstool, which did make me think of Robin from Toadstool Tarot, and its secrets revealed. And I think
yeah,
mushrooms are completely underrated in their power. And I like how in darkness these amazing things come out. So I think it's so cool.
yeah.
So I think that's cool. 34 is sex magic, love, sex, and magic. Isn't
Woo.
that's a song, does it? That sounds like a song, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Love, sex, and magic.
from
So
the Doors in the 60s or something.
there you go. So
And
I
that's
think
another one. It's
that is
a very easy spell. You just light a candle in front of the card.
nice. Very nice.
Love it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Jamie's here. Put away the tiny hands. The tiny hands have been put away, so that's okay.
Are the tiny
Well,
feet out of the question as well?
the tiny feet are definitely out of the question as well.
Okay.
However, next Tuesday, when I am on your channel, they may show up. So, Red Hot Chili Peppers song. Oh, that's right. That's a Red Hot Chili Peppers album, I think. Sex Magic, is it? I don't know. Red Hot Chili Peppers has a song, Blood, Sex, Magic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
there you go. Okay. I thought this number 35 was amazing. It's the subtitle is Gloriously Human, and it's gloriousness.
No, it's Glorious Mess.
Glorious mess. I misread that, and Miss Jane has corrected me. Glorious mess. Oh my God,
Glorious
gloriously human.
Mess. It's Glorious Mess, Gerald.
I I needed to hear that. Boom. By the way, these cards work really well with my background.
They do.
I was just like, wow,
and
glorious mess.
my glorious messy hair. And you're
I,
glorious. You have your hair. Oh, there you go.
I pulled it back just because, yeah, but glorious mess. That's amazing. Gloriously human.
And look how messy everything is. I mean, this card has so much going on. So much
Mm-hmm.
going on.
Yeah. Hi, Micah. And Jonathan's back already.
I saw that.
Well, of course, it doesn't take long to get to Jonathan's son's school because he lives on an island.
Oh,
So,
and Rhonda, that's me. Yeah,
yeah, that's us.
I can
Glorious mess.
totally
Mm-hmm.
relate.
Yes.
Let's be
Yes.
that glorious mess
Glorious mess. Oh
and
my
go
God. I
buy the
can't
damn
believe I
house.
missed that. I can't believe that I missed that.
If I was here for one thing and one thing only, it was for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
April, Candy wants your email. Okay, the last card, number 36, is Pipe Dream, and it's dreams become reality.
Yeah.
Dreams become reality. And you know what's really important about this, Jane? I bet you know. you have to dream it before things can be reality.
Yeah.
Dr. Martin Luther King, had a dream. Gene Roddenberry in Star Trek was dreaming up all of these crazy things, and things come into reality. We have to imagine, we have to dream about it before it becomes truth.
And also for me, I have to say, because he is smoking a pipe, sometimes I think of the Native Americans where they with the peace pipe and going into smoke lodges and having vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this kind of talks about, is this is sort of having that vision, your pipe dreams, having the visions. So it's
Yes.
all about having the visions. Yeah.
Yes. And Beth said there has to be a 2 of Wands before there can be a 3 of Wands. So,
yeah.
Thank you, Naomi, for being here. Oh my gosh. This was so great. This is, again, the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle, available through Rockport, by Priestess Moon. Know your limits, purchase responsibly. All of the links are below. If you're watching this back and you have this deck and you pair it with some, please tell us what it's like.
I know I'm going to be using this deck more now that I completely dove into it. But yeah, and like I said, if you are like me and you like to do rituals, they're
in
all
here.
in here. Simple little things that you can do with a drawstring, a piece of quartz, and some grass. I don't know. It's just you get in touch to do the things.
Yeah, and if anybody knows what all of these symbols are,
Yeah.
Priestess Moon, if you watch this video, please enlighten us. So it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. So, and okay. Backyard Naturalist Tarot has been lurking and peeking occasionally. What a cool, funky deck. Thank you, too, for the introduction to it. You're very welcome. And thank you, Pamela. Jane, what have you got coming up on your channel? Any news that you want to share?
Yeah, Gerald's going to be on my channel on Tuesday.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and it is a full moon on Tuesday, so
Yes,
who
it
knows
is.
what's going to happen? Because we all know what full moons are a little crazy.
Well, or they're extremely powerful, and perhaps we will get crazy and make them completely awesome.
Ooh, maybe we'll have super powerful readings that are just crazy and fun and funky, like we always do. But yeah.
Duh. Of
Yeah.
course we will. You do. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you're
And then
welcome,
just
Evangelina.
yeah, I'm so oh, yes. They're on Starseed Awakening 1111. There
Yes.
she's going live at 6 o'clock Eastern. So
Yes, that's right. And Celtic symbol, triple moon. Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Gina.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
Yeah. There's some that I knew, but some that I was like, and I was going to ask you, but they're no help apparently.
I am no help at all. I mean, so.
Yeah, I mean, because like I've seen this symbol
Okay.
on things, so I've seen some of these symbols, and so I really want to know. Yeah.
Well, some of them, some appear to be the elements.
Yes, the element. Thank you. Yes.
So, oh, and it may be a strawberry full moon.
Oh. Well, then
So,
this deck will be just fun and amazing for that.
yes. So I know there's the GoFundMe tonight at 6. And people can watch the playback. I am on Lady Night of Avalon tonight for the first episode of Name That Deck. So that will be fun. And then
fun.
tomorrow on Good Journeys Tarot, Amy of Strength Reversed and I are with Rosemary, and we are talking what's so great about the Robin Wood Tarot. So what does that mean? What does what mean?
I don't know.
I've missed it.
I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
oh yeah, and then also too, just for me, I'm just always on in the morning at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, except on Thursdays when you're on at 10, because you know, you're joined by Zena's Place Intuitive Card Readings, Lisa. So,
Lisa, yeah, Lisa and her little Lenormand. She's right there in the chat. Zena's Place.
yes.
She comes and joins me. We've been reading together for like 30 years. We've been friends. We have
So,
you know,
and on Friday, I am with Kelly, Dozen Cats for Me, and Ben.
that'll
And
be
then
fun.
Ben's birthday celebration is Saturday, the 11th of June. So do that. Wow, this has been so much fun. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next Tuesday at my regularly scheduled time, Tangi and I are doing oracle readings.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yes. And by the way, I just secured a guest for Monday whose name is Orshi, and she and I are going to be doing something on Monday.
Fun. I love all
Yes.
the stuff you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And thanks for being willing to have me on your channel to do readings. I love it.
Of course, I just love being with you. I wish you were a neighbor. Oh, it's probably best that you're not.
Well, you're going to email me your address, and then I can be an annoying, oh, by the way, Jane, this made me think of you.
Well,
So
yes.
thank you, Amber. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Jonathan said that is his 3 a.m. for when you go live.
I have seen you I thought you've popped in every now and then, but yeah.
So he's probably still up. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much, and appreciate everything that you do. Be nice to yourself and be nice to each other. Take care.